Hello everyone! Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. With all of this craziness going on in the world, we decided to bring a little bit of education to you guys. So if you are watching and you don't know what our organization is, we are Bald Head Island Conservancy. We are a small environmental nonprofit that is located on Bald Head Island, North Carolina. I am the coastal educator there, and one thing that we're really well known for at the Conservancy is turtles. So our very first lesson for this virtual series is going to be all about turtles, and I even have a turtle friend to show you guys. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more about turtles, just keep watching. So as you guys follow along, I am going to be hanging out in the comments section. So I'm going to be answering any questions that you guys might have. So go ahead and ask questions and I will be answering them as they come up during this premiere. So first I want to talk about what a turtle even is. So turtles are reptiles. They have a few very specific qualities to them that make them reptiles. So the very first one is that they are vertebrates. So turtles are vertebrates. That means that they have a backbone. So you guys back at home, I want you to reach up and touch the back of your neck. I want you to try and feel that vertebrae. I want you to feel your backbone. So turtles have backbones just like us, except that backbone is fused to their shell. So they cannot wiggle around. So if you guys can wiggle your bodies, stretch up and down, our turtles are not able to do that. They have their spine fused to their shell, so they're just kind of rigid, so they're not able to move their back like ours. So I'm going to put this guy right back here, because we know that they're vertebrates. Next, reptiles have scales. So turtles do have scales on their body. They have itty bitty little ones that are all over their legs and their heads, but they have really special scales on their shell, and those are called scutes. So these scales are made to protect their bodies. It's almost like armor on their bodies. So feel your skin. Your skin is very soft and smooth, but imagine having plates like our fingernails all over your body. That is what a reptile's scales are like, and that's what a similar material to what those scales are made out of. All reptiles need to lose their scales at some point of their life. So have you guys ever gotten a little bit bigger and you have to change your shoes because they start to pinch a little bit? That's what our reptiles have to do, but with their scales all over their body. Different reptiles have different ways of shedding those scales, but turtles specifically just need to pop them off one at a time. So here's our scales, and I'm gonna put that right over here. Next, I'm gonna talk about their blood. Yeah, their blood. So these guys are ectotherms. So ectotherm is a big word that means that they are cold-blooded. We don't like to use the word cold-blooded too much because sometimes people think that means that they're cold-hearted, and our turtles definitely are not cold-hearted. Ectotherm means that they need to get their heat somewhere else. So you guys are endotherms, or this means that you guys regulate your own body temperature. So if you ever take your temperature, it's going to be about 98, but our reptiles are not like that. Imagine that it's a really hot day, really hot, so hot, it's a great day for the beach, and what does your body start to do? You start to sweat, right? So as that sweat evaporates, it's cooling your body down to really regulate that temperature. Our turtles can't sweat. But what happens if it's a really cold day, maybe a day that you're playing out in the snow? Do you start to shiver? Whenever you shiver, you are creating friction. So can you guys do this with me? Can you rub your hands together really, really fast? Can you feel your hands starting to warm up? That's what's happening to your body when you are shivering. So it's warming all your muscles up so that you can stay nice and warm, so you're able to regulate your body temperature. But our turtles also cannot shiver. So what do they need to do? They need to change their environment as they go. So they are ectotherms. I'm gonna put it right up here. So this means that they need to either bask or they need to cool themselves out in different ways. So the way that they warm themselves up is they need to go out in the sun. So they will go out and find a really nice sunny area, and they will sit out as long as they can. And this will really warm up their bodies. This is so that they are able to eat. Their digestive system is going to keep working the best way that they can. It's going to help their blood pump as easily as possible. It's going to really help their body run smoothly. But if they get way too hot, they can also cool themselves down. So have you guys ever gotten really hot and then you go in the water and it just feels absolutely amazing? That's what our turtles are gonna do. Our turtles who are sitting out in the sun, if they get too hot, they will just slide on down into the water so that they can cool themselves off. So that is our ectotherms. Next, we need to talk about how reptiles have babies. So they lay eggs. So their eggs are not similar to a chicken egg that you might find. What would happen if you drop a chicken egg on the floor off the side of your table? It would crack, right? So our turtles lay eggs and they cover them up with dirt. So they're digging a big hole to put those eggs in. They need to fall pretty deep. If they were like a chicken egg, they would crack. If you guys feel this part of your thumb right here, that's similar to what our turtle eggs are gonna feel like. They're kind of smushy. Most reptile eggs are like this. They're all different shapes and sizes. Some even keep those eggs inside their body before they come out. Those are just some weird snakes. But our turtles, for the most part, lay their eggs underground. So then they leave them and they incubate for as long as they need to. Sea turtles incubate for different times than tortoises do. And then all those babies come out all at once, so that there's just a bunch of babies. That is just a little bit about reptiles in general. But now we're gonna talk more just about turtles. First, I'm gonna talk about a few turtles that I do not have with me, but then I'm gonna finish with my live turtle. So there are a couple different types of turtles out there. There are land turtles, sea turtles, and aquatic turtles. So they all look different, they all live in different places, and they all eat different things. So first I'm going to be talking about tortoises. So this guy is very similar looking to a tortoise, and the biggest reason why I know that is because he has a really high domed shell. So this really high domed shell wouldn't be very good for swimming, right? So imagine if you put a backpack on and then jumped into the water. You wouldn't be able to swim very well. So our tortoises primarily do not swim. This high dome shell allows them to keep a lot of water inside their shell, so they're able to go a long time without drinking. But it's also so that they can completely pull their bodies inside their shell and hide away from predators. So they need a lot of space to do that, so they need that really high shell. Their feet look a little bit different too. This one does not have the best feet, but they have feet that look similar to elephant feet. So those elephant feet are really good for walking on the ground, and they can walk pretty long distances. Here in North Carolina, the land turtles that we have for the most part are box turtles. And eastern box turtles are all over North Carolina. We do have them on Bald Head, and they like to eat a couple things that are similar to what we like to eat. So they like to eat some veggies, they like to eat some fruit. Our box turtles at the Conservancy, Gloria and Brownie Bite, they love to eat tomatoes and anything that is bright red. But they also like to eat things that we don't like. So they like to eat bugs as well. So they like to eat maggots and worms and grasshoppers and as many bugs as they can find. So they are omnivores. So box turtles can be found far and wide, and land turtles are going to be found almost anywhere. But box turtles have a very specific area that they live in. They are imprinted on that area. So if you do ever find one out in the wild, they do not make the best pets. So we suggest leaving them where you find them. And if you do ever see a turtle trying to cross the road, they are very stubborn creatures. So if you do try and help them, please make sure you ask a parent first. But then you can help them cross the road in the direction that they are facing, or else they will turn around and try to keep going that way. They're very stubborn animals as well, so you guys can help box turtles and other type of turtles by doing just that. The next type of turtle that we have are sea turtles. So sea turtles look a little bit different. They have very, very flat shells. They do not really have feet. They have completely changed into flippers, and they're much, much larger than our land turtles. The biggest sea turtle is a leatherback, and they can be almost 7 feet long, well over 1,000 pounds. But these turtles cannot pull themselves inside their shell. They are made for speed. They need to be able to glide through the water really, really well, and they need to be able to cut through the water. So they have these really, really flat shells. They have these flippers that they're able to move very quickly through the water. So in North Carolina specifically, we mostly have loggerheads that are coming up on the shore to lay their eggs, but they hang out in the ocean for most of their lives. So once boy sea turtles go out into the ocean, they almost never come back to shore. It's really only the females that are coming back, and that's only to lay their eggs. So our sea turtles, they are also omnivores. So the loggerheads that we have in North Carolina, they like to eat really crunchy things. They have big ol' heads and really strong jaws, and they like to eat things that they can crush with those big jaws. So they like to eat whelks, which are a type of snail. They like to eat little fish. They like to eat crabs. They can really eat anything that comes into their mouth. But our sea turtles are the ones that are in a little bit of trouble out there. So sea turtles, even though they're so big, they do not have the biggest brains. So if you give yourself a big thumbs up like this, and you wiggle that top part of your thumb, that's about the size of a sea turtle's brain. So imagine how big those brains are of the even smaller turtles. So since you guys have a big brain and our sea turtles have little brains, you guys can help our sea turtles just as much as we do at the Conservancy. You guys can do that by cleaning up your trash, maybe making sure your garbage is ending up in the garbage can, not on the ground. You can also do it by reducing your use of single-use plastics. So that includes plastic forks, that includes straws, that includes plastic bags, so that they don't end up in the ocean somehow, because a lot of those brightly colored plastics look like they're brightly colored food that they're trying to eat. So we have big brains, so we can help out our turtles. Last but not least, we have aquatic turtles. So last but not least, we have aquatic turtles, and I have one with me today. So this right here is Sunny. He is a red-eared slider. You can see his bright red ears that are right next to his eyes, and he is a common pet turtle. So Sunny here is getting close to his full size. He's not going to get that big. If he was a female, he could get to be about a foot, but boys usually only end up to be about 6 to 9 inches. So Sunny here can live in a lot of different areas, and even though he was not supposed to be all over the US, red-eared sliders can be found almost everywhere because of the pet trade. So Sunny here has some pretty cool adaptations to him. You can see that he can pull himself inside his shell. He's hanging out front because he is pretty used to me holding him. But you can see his body pulled up inside his shell. But you can also see how long his nails are. So since he is a boy, he has very long nails in the front, and that's to impress the ladies. So if he found a lady that he really wanted to flirt with, he would wiggle those fingernails in front of her face and say, "Wow, look how long my nails are. You should totally date me." So if she says yes, then they will go on to mate, but if not, she will just swim away and maybe even bite at those nails. But you can also see Sunny's feet. So you can see right here that he has webbed feet. So he is a very good swimmer as well. So Sunny can zoom through the water. He can also pull himself inside his shell, which he's not going to because he's nice and comfortable. But you can have a really good look at his flattened shell. So you can see on this side his scutes, and you can see all over his feet all of those scales. So Sunny here is a very good description of a lot of aquatic turtles. So these turtles can be found in rivers and streams and drainage ditches and backyards, and people even take them home as pets. And They do not make the best pets either. So whenever you find turtles as pets, usually they're very small, very cute, but they will get to be about the size of Sunny. They should have 10 gallons for every inch of shell that they have. So they need very large tanks, they need a lot of food, they need a lot of lighting. So they do not make the best pets. So you're very welcome to visit our turtles anytime, but we don't suggest taking them home as pets. So Sunny here is another omnivore, so he will eat a lot of different things. He will eat some lettuce, he will eat some algae maybe on the bottom of ponds. He can also eat bits of fish. He really likes to eat dead things, so things that are floating at the top, at the surface. So Sunny here is a great ambassador animal for our videos. So that is about it that I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, leave a comment down below of what type of topic you might want to see. I'm stuck inside just like you guys, so I would love to share as much information as possible. If you guys want to help our small nonprofit, we do have a donate link down below. If you do decide to give us a donation, which I very much appreciate, just put the word education in the comment box so we know where it's coming from. And I do just want to thank you guys so much for coming out today, and I hope that you guys all have a safe, healthy, and wonderful day. Thanks, guys. Bye.